Welcome to the One Shot D&D podcast. I'm your host Judah, and joining me today is the odd sock wearing, mustache having, luscious hair guy, Patrick Smith. Say hi to the people, Paddy.
Hello, nice to be here.
Paddy, it's an absolute joy for you to be on the podcast because you and I both have a weird obsession with 40K.
Yep.
I think obsession, there's not enough synonyms for that. I think it's fascination.
Mm-hmm. It's a very deep hole once you start. You just...
Well, what got you into 40K?
Oh, what got me into 40K? How far can I think back? That's wild. No, I've always kind of been into like lore of any type of lore in video games, whether it be Dota or StarCraft. I think it might have been StarCraft. Started playing that and I got into the lore of that, and it was kind of all based on, well, it's all based off Warhammer, right? So
well, pretty much. And then I think they lost the rights to it at the very end.
Yeah.
And then that's why they changed it to StarCraft, because they couldn't call it Warcraft because WoW was already doing it, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was it. And then I kind of just found some YouTubers that I liked and really dove into it. Yeah.
Ran with it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is your army of choice?
I think it would have to be the Tyranids.
Thank God. You started, and I was like, oh, fuck, he's going to say Tau. I swear to God.
I can leave right now
if you say Tau, fuck off. But, No, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, Tyranids.
You're allowed to be that, I guess.
Yeah.
Fucking heretic.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. So more importantly, what got you into D&D?
Oh, well, I had a mate that convinced me to buy and play Baldur's Gate 3 with me. So I got into that as a dude, dove into the lore of it a bit and found out that it was based off D&D. And I was like, oh, that's pretty wild. Never really contemplated playing that.
Yeah.
And then I ran into you and John at the gym, and I remember John telling me about how Judah's running D&D podcasts. Oh, not podcasts, sorry, just sessions.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty wild, yeah. And then, the rest is kind of history. You ran into me and...
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah, here we are. God damn it.
Got him, people. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
Please save me.
We got him.
Help.
Sweet. Okay. Paddy, what character have you brought to the table?
So I have brought a female elder. Then her name is Enel Raya.
Raya?
Yeah. So she is a younger elder. I wanted to base my character in the melee realms. I'm still yet to venture into sorcery and magic and stuff in D&D. So I wanted a melee-based character, and in Warhammer, all the melee-based guys either follow Khorne or in the Eldar, the Khaine.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want a Khaine following Eldari. So
Sick.
I went through the Aspect Warriors and I found the Howling Banshees, and I'm like, they look sick. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a Howling Banshee Eldar.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So in D&D, what class are you then playing?
I made it a champion fighter. Wood elf. So
Yeah. Honestly, a champion fighter is so good.
Yeah.
And you'll probably realize how good when we start the episode.
Yeah.
But okay. So I just want to make sure that I've got your name correct. It's Raya. So R-Y...
R-H-Y-R.
Oh, okay. R-H...
Yeah. R-H-Y-R.
Y-R.
Yeah.
Raya.
Yeah.
Oh, Raya.
And that's it.
Oh, Raya. Sorry, I don't understand. I didn't mean to like shit all over your board.
No, to be fair, I was just in an Eldar name generator and I just spammed it till I found something that stuck, and I'm like, yeah, that'll do.
40K has been around so long that there are generators for literally everything.
Yeah.
If you need the name for a ship, generator.
Yeah.
If you need the name for a generator, generator.
Yeah. Well, the amount of names I found that were like, that's sick, I cannot pronounce it. I'd like paste into Google, and Google's like, I don't know how to pronounce that, dude.
Google just goes, what the fuck do
what
you
the
mean
hell did
by
you just
this?
put that? Do you mean this flower?
Yeah.
No,
It's like, no, I mean like, Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So, Raya. Brilliant. Okay. A little fucking Eldari.
That's it.
All right. So, we've chatted about this one shot a little bit. You know the basic premise of it, but you ready to get straight into it?
Yeah, ready to go.
Awesome. Cool. We begin our journey inside an interceptor ship, floating within the expanse of space. This vessel has served as your base of operations for the past decade or so. As rogue traders, you've completed dozens of missions for the Adeptus Mechanicum. Over the years, you've done multiple missions, and you've grown quite close to the crew on this vessel. The captain of the squad, Captain Atticus, twin freebooter orcs who you guys rescued from a tomb world, and Caius, the psyker, also your closest ally and most likely your best friend. You're all currently standing around a holographic battle map in preparation for your next mission. Captain Atticus addresses the squadron. All of you should have read the mission notes from the Adeptus Administratum. The planet Icarus has sent word of a Xenos Minoris. Due to the very low level of threat, the Administratum has tasked a small kill team to assess and address its severity. We shall drop onto the planet in 2 squads. Team Romeo, Dreg and Freg, you take the Viper and land on the east side. Team Victor, Caius, Raya and myself shall land west and utilize the pincer attack to disrupt the Xenos. Upon landing, we shall each have 15 minutes to convene at the hive. The captain opens up a little briefcase and gives each of you a little wrist-mounted radar system, a WMRS. We can use this to understand each other's location in case we lose our Vox. Prepare yourselves, and may the Emperor guide us. Everyone leaves the table and begins to prep their weapons. The freebooters are out there, just doing orc dumb shit.
Classic. Wow.
However, Caius does not move from the table at all. What do you do?
Well, my weapons are already ready to go, so I'm just going to go up and see what's up. Yeah, see what's up with the rest.
He's looking over at the battle map, and it looks like he's going over the notes that the Administratum has given you. I am troubled. He turns to face you. Sister, do you not think it's strange that the Administratum has sanctioned us and not the Order Xenos to deal with the Xenos Minoris? I would think it wise to consult an Inquisitor before this action. That is not to question my fealty to the Imperium, but I cannot deny that I feel uneasy.
Right. Well, it is only a small threat, which I'm kind of upset about. I thought it'd be a bit more of a struggle, so shouldn't take too long.
Well, let's hope not. I feel as though there is something more to this mission. And at that moment, the captain begins to speak. Kill teams, make your way to the Vipers in a loading bay. What do you do?
Grab the weapons and let's go.
Yeah, cool.
You
make your way to the Vipers in the loading bay of the ship, and there are 2 Vipers. There is a dark purple Viper named the Holy Lance, and a silver one named the Emperor's Dagger. Which one would you like?
Let's load up in the Emperor's Dagger.
Yeah, sick.
Hell yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Hell yeah.
It's so fast.
Yeah, let's go.
The freebooter orcs, Dragon Freg, just jump into the purple one, which is weird because I've never seen a purple orc, but
No one has.
a little bit of lore for
Yeah.
you. Sweet. You jump in. Captain Atticus goes in and starts firing up the ship. It only takes about a minute for everything to fire. The hatch doors open and you're about to start leaving again. But as you board the Viper, you strap in, double checking your weapons and your ammo. Caius sits opposite you and reaches out his hand. Sister, may I, with your permission, bless your weapons?
For sure. I hold out my weapons in front.
Brilliant.
Yep.
He gently leans back with your weapons and begins uttering prayers, and the captain fires the last of the engines. You hear a voice over the Vox. Dreg and Freg, I beg you that you avoid any kind of dramatic entrance. I don't want to lose the element of surprise. Is that understood? After a moment, you hear like a disgruntled murmur respond to the captain, just,
Yeah, we are cooked.
They don't want to, but
Yeah.
they're agreeing.
Yeah.
Very well. Until we meet again, the Emperor protects. The loading bay doors open, revealing the planet Icarus below. Both Vipers thrust towards the planet at a ungodly speed. The captain does very well to navigate the very desolate landscape, and upon entry into the planet, before landing the vessel, you see that there is huge worlds, but it looks completely desolate. He lands the vessel west of where the hive was reported, and after a moment, the hatch doors open, and you watch as the captain cautiously unbuckles and begins walking out. Weapons ready. Caius looks at you. May your weapons strike true and burn the Xenos scum. You can't explain it, but Your weapons feel imbued, like there's something now innately magical or more magical about them.
Cool.
You can do an Arcana check if you'd like.
I'll see how it goes.
Yeah, cool. Why not? If you got Jack all Arcana, that's fine.
I got a -1. 17.
17?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty good.
Ain't no bad.
You see that Caius has just essentially blessed your weapon, and in the D&D equivalent, bless gives you an extra D4 to all your attack rolls. So when you attack and you roll to attack, let's say you roll your D20 plus your to hit modifier, you can roll another D4 on top of that for the rest of the mission.
Hell yeah.
If you had said no, you wouldn't have got that. Why are you touching my shit? You step out of the vessel and you see that you landed on what was once a forge world. The reports say that the inhabitants of this world starved to death as a result of a disrupted supply run over 1,000 years ago. Derelict structures and monumental piles of just metallic waste make up the surrounding landscape. Overgrown weeds and dead foliage obscure most of your view, but you hear Captain Atticus speak in a hushed whisper. Eyes open. We don't know how far the Tyranids have ventured from their hive. He looks around. There are too many blind spots for us to rule out an ambush. What do?
Well, I don my mask. I click that over. I draw both my swords and I wander out.
Sweet. Cool. You can feel your heart pounding through your chest with each step. The anxiety of a Tyranid lunging at you from a random corner is present, but it's not all-consuming at all. How are you feeling in this moment? Are you doing anything in particular as you make your way towards where the hive was reported?
I'm just scanning the environment in front of me. I'm staying pretty low to the ground. I imagine my character's pretty used to combat, so I'm just on edge, ready to go. Yeah,
just
eager
fucking
to
waiting.
fight. Yeah.
Sweet. Like, you don't want to get jumped on, but you're ready to fucking throw hands.
I'm ready to go, yeah.
You look down at your WMRS, and you see 3 blue dots that represent Team Victor, and 2 blue dots a few kilometers away, which you can assume is Team Romeo. After 10 minutes of walking, you approach the edge of a dig site, a huge fucking mine. This dig site was created to mine adamantite ore. The mouth of this mine alone is over 3 kilometers in diameter. You can see a ladder leading down to a very small bridge, but the mine quickly descends into just pitch black after that. You can make a perception check.
Yep, that's far away. 16.
Yeah, 16. Cool. You look around before entering the mine, obviously doing your due diligence and being very smart about how you're going about this. You look around before entering the mine and you pull out some binoculars and you begin to inspect this cavernous structure. And as you pull up to the other side of the hole, you actually see 2 figures who you instantly recognize as your orc pirate pals, Dreg and Freg.
Yep.
You see them kind of pushing each other, essentially egging each other on. Like, no, you go first. Fucking you go first, dude.
Classical.
But you also find a hexapedal trail, a small fragment of some sort of black chitinous armor. And as you follow the ladder down, you also find a vague structure that resembles an elevator. What do?
So I can't see down past a certain distance?
Yeah, like past, like you can look straight down. There's a ladder that you can look right down, and it leads up to a bridge. And then from that bridge, there's a small structure which you assume is an elevator.
Okay. Yep.
Nothing past that. It just goes to inky darkness.
I'll tell my boys behind me to cover me, and I'm gonna climb down that ladder.
Yeah.
Yep.
You climb down that ladder, and you arrive on a small bridge leading to the elevator. You see that the elevator doors are like shut, but you can assume that you can just pull it apart, walk inside.
Yeah. Can I look over the bridge? Is there anything I can see underneath?
Goes straight to darkness. So being like a wood elf, you will technically, like in the flavor, Eldari.
Yep.
But as you look down, your dark vision can see grays. So dark vision doesn't just mean you have night vision, but you have grays. As you're looking through, you can maybe see about 60 feet in front of you, and then it just goes to darkness. It's just a long fucking shoot down this mine.
Well, let's open up that elevator.
Yeah, cool. You open up the elevator. Caius and Captain Atticus follow in, and they go in with you. You close the door to the elevator, and you start a little console. And to your surprise, the machine actually works.
My God.
And as the elevator begins to whir and descend, Caius says, as The Mechanicum would say, praise the Omnisire.
They sure do.
And he chuckles to himself. The captain joins in. Bite your tongue, Kaish, lest you anger the machine spirit. And you see that they start laughing, giggling to themselves a little bit, but their laughter actually echoes throughout the mine as well.
Joke of a lifetime.
Perception check, please, and thank you. Was this joke worth your fucking life?
I don't think so. That's such a +5 perception. I rolled a 5. 10. Joke. Just look.
Flat 10. So you look outside and you see elevator. You look past the elevator and you see nothing. No, I'm kidding. With a 10, you don't see too much, but you can, with using your wood elf senses, you can hear certain things, right?
Yeah, okay.
You hear a secondary elevator whirring on the other side of the mine, and you can assume that's Team Romeo.
That's our boys, yep.
The laughter of Caius and Atticus is what kind of prompted the perception check, and you hear the echoes of the laughter continue down, but they stop laughing. The echoes subside, but then they kind of get louder again. The elevator just jerks violently as the main cables begin swaying. The captain rushes to the edge, shines a torch down, while lads, guess we got fucking company.
Holy.
Roll initiative.
Let's go. 16.
16. Pretty good.
Not bad. We're starting combat in an elevator that's currently broken in a mine shaft. Yep.
What could possibly go wrong? Brilliant.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, you instantly know that shit's about to go down, but you are ready, right?
Yep.
Again, you have melee weapons out. You said you had your swords out.
Yep.
Do you have any kind of ranged weapon at all?
I did give my, because all of the Eldari have like a plasma pistol,
Yeah.
so I think I gave myself a plasma pistol.
Yeah, sweet.
I'll double
Cool.
check, but yeah. A laser pistol.
Yeah, easy. Let's use that. So essentially, right now, the Hormagaunts are, let's say, about 50 feet from you. The cables of the elevator are beginning to fail, and you see that you are beginning to fall as well at an alarming pace, because it's almost like the elevator is falling off its chain a little bit. So the chain is still intact, but this cable is starting to move a lot more. The Xenos are actually using the cables to climb up towards the elevator. So what do? You're top of the round.
Holy. Well, I have a look at the surrounding like cliff face we're up against. Are there any ledges we can jump to and get off this elevator?
Absolutely not. You are basically going straight through the middle. It's a good 30 feet jump either side, and you're moving at a fairly quick pace right
Yeah,
now.
we're dropping. Yeah.
The elevator is like somewhat open, so it's not a fully closed. It's not like a elevator that you find at a hotel.
Yep.
It's a mine elevator.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's fairly open.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pull out my laser pistol and I'm going to start shooting at the Hormagaunts that are down there.
Cool. What's your minimum like distance?
40.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're cool. So as you're going through, you know that they are right on the cables. You can shoot at the cables for sure. Go ahead and roll attack.
Go. Is it a D20 to go for the hit? Yeah. 21 to hit?
Yeah, absolutely hits. Yep.
13 damage?
13 damage. Cool. You pull out a plasma pistol, you go around over the edge, and you just make sure you're not hitting the cable. You boom.
Yep.
It just blasts a Hormagaun's face just clean off, and it also kills another one behind it.
Hell yeah.
Your shot does enough damage to do quite a lot of just kind of pushing damage as well. So you just blow the brains out of two of them. You still have one more action. Would you like to take a second shot?
Yeah, we'll take another
cool.
shot.
Go for it.
Okay. I was like, I do have an advantage to hit on the next shot, but they had to live, and I don't think he's alive.
No.
Oh, poor guy. 8 to hit?
8 misses.
Holy.
Your second shot just bang! And as the cables are moving, right before you're about to pull the trigger, the cable moves just that little bit too much, and you kind of lose your way a little bit. That's your turn. Essentially, from that, Caius kind of runs over, and you see that Caius just looks at you. Well, for the Imperium, I guess. And he starts using his psychic powers, and you see the Psyker kind of just starts whirling magic in his hands, and you see lightning starts erupting out of his hands. He turns over, and he just starts firing lightning down. Yeah, that's definitely going to hit them.
Yeah.
So you see that it's almost conducting through the chains, and it's dealing quite a lot of damage.
Yep.
And you see that the rippling offshoots of electricity are hitting quite a lot of bodies. 3 or 4 of them fall instantly and die, but some have absorbed that damage, and they're still climbing up. You see that Captain Atticus runs over, and you see that he pulls out his plasma gun, and he just starts bang, 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 firing as many shots as he possibly can. First one's gonna hit, second one's gonna hit as well. So you see as this this plasma pistol starts firing off, one-handed, he's a fucking Terminator.
Yeah.
He is just shooting, letting shots go off, but he's being very precise about it, right? You see that his plasma pistol is a little bit bigger than yours. It just is.
Size doesn't matter, guys.
No, I know. But he starts just braining these Hormagaunts as they're coming through. You've clocked at least half a dozen already. Back to their turn, though. They have 40 feet of movement, and they're climbing, but they're just sprinting. And as they're sprinting, you see that more of them are appearing, and as they're climbing up, they are starting to climb over into the cage just a little bit. They still need 10 feet more of movement, so you still have one more round before they start climbing into the elevator with you guys. Top of the round, back to you.
Ooh.
They're about 10 feet away from you right now.
Yep. If I run over to the edge of the elevator, am I in like swing range for melee?
What weapon are you using?
I've got a scimitar and a short sword in my offhand.
Fortunately, that's 5 feet. Yeah. So what I will allow you to do is if you reach over to the side, I'll say that you can fall and die. That's an option.
Yes.
For
the Imperium.
You can still use, I will still
Yep.
say that you can shoot your plasma at them.
Yep.
But it'll be essentially with disadvantage because your minimum engagement distance, they're within 10 feet of you right
Yeah,
now.
okay.
So
yeah.
go ahead.
I'm going to run over to the side. I'm going to put my gun over the side and just start letting rounds off.
Yeah,
Yep.
sweet. So go ahead and roll an attack with disadvantage.
I got a 20, but I also got a 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's unlucky.
Unbelievable.
So your first shot, you are so confident that this is going to work.
Yeah.
Bang.
Buzz.
Nothing. Go again.
I look over, my teammates are just disappointed.
Guys, it gets better than this.
Guys. Second one definitely hits. Yeah, 23.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
that definitely hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
12.
12 points of damage. Cool. You miss your first shot. Your second shot hits them. Again, some of the ones that were already a little bit damaged from Caius's lightning bolt, they are just starting to kind of fray away at this point. As they're falling, they're hooking into other Tyranids as well, and they're pulling the other Tyranids around. So it just becomes this violent commotion, just this fucking mess. But there's still more than a dozen coming up. Caius turns around again, and Caius goes, okay, round 2. He goes in and he says, jump when I tell you to. And essentially he counts down 3, 2, 1, and you guys jump. And as you guys jump, he lets out this huge jolt of just psychic energy. So with the natural 19 on the dice, this is gonna work.
We
Cool.
take those.
He comes in and does just a fucking devastating wave of damage, but as you see this wave of damage erupt through the entire elevator, up and down, the chain starts violently moving. Some Necrons, sorry, fucking A.
Whoa, whoa,
No,
whoa,
no
whoa, whoa,
Necrons, no
whoa,
Necrons.
hold on.
Some of the Tyranids are just instantly fried, but the others that survive begin moving up a lot faster. Again, the elevator is going down during this entire
Yeah,
thing as well.
yeah.
So Atticus runs over and he goes, my turn. He's fucking a pirate now.
Yeah.
He turns over and he goes, give me a fucking chance. He pulls out his saber and just starts swinging at these Tyranids, trying to just lop limbs, heads, whatever he can find. Natural 20.
Hey, we take
he
those.
starts just cleaving, and you see that he just offs at least 4 of them. But the Hormagaunts, back on their turn, begin climbing into the elevator. Now, there's only a few of them still left, but there's about 5 of them. There's only 3 of you. So, 2 of them are actually going to attack Caius. 1 of them hits, and 1 of them is going to attack Captain Atticus, misses Captain Atticus, and 2 of them are going to attack you. Only 1 hit. You take 5 points of slashing damage as one of the Tyranids just slashes across your chest. Not deep enough to mortally wound you, but enough for you to like feel that fucking wound. You see that all 5 Tyranids are just raging, just causing such a commotion here. It is back to the top of the round. It is your turn.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to run to the closest. Actually, no, I'm going to run over to the captain and attack those 2 Hormagaunts.
Yeah, cool. So if there are 2 right now attached to you. So if you leave,
Sorry, no, I'll take them. Sorry.
Yeah,
You're
sweet.
right.
So you take out your swords and you just start swinging at the two right next to you. Otherwise, they're going to get opportunity attacks on you.
Yeah. With dual wielding, I've never dual wielded before. So how does that go?
Cool. So with dual wielding, again, the different roles, depending on which table you're in, the DM guide for this is you essentially roll whatever your attack is. So you have your 2 actions, but I believe that you can use your bonus action to actually attack with your offhand weapon as well.
Right. So I get like two attacks with the primary, one with the secondary.
Yeah, with the secondary.
Cool.
Yeah. But that uses up your bonus action.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, I'm going to take... Do I get cleave if I blitz through one? Yeah,
absolutely.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to take a swing at the first one with my scimitar. Yeah, 22 hits.
Yeah, that definitely
they're
hits.
not tanky. Yeah.
Again, you have bless on your weapon as well, so you can always roll a d4 if you think you're gonna miss.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, d6. Yeah, 6 damage.
6 damage. Yep. You instantly kill one.
Holy.
Go ahead and roll your second attack.
That hits as well.
Yep.
6 damage.
You kill a second one.
Wee. And I'm gonna run over and help the captain out. Bonus action, swing my short sword.
Yeah, cool. So roll your short sword.
11
to
hit.
just misses. Your d4 might get you up there though.
True. 3.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Hell yeah. And 6 damage.
Yeah, cool. You kill that one as well.
Boys.
You kill one of the Hormigons that were attacking the captain.
Yep.
There's still 2 left here though. Brilliant. You see Kai's turns around and he goes, well, shit. Pulls out a little dagger and just attempts to stab one right in the head.
You can do it.
Misses completely. That was his full action. He just turns and misses completely. And you see that this Tyranid is just about to pounce onto him. You see Captain Atticus just turns around with his plasma pistol, just fucking JoJo the shit out of
Yeah,
this.
hell yeah.
Bang! Tries to shoot him and gets just enough to hit him.
Oh my God.
He rolled a...
Thank God.
He got a 17 and the AC is 15.
Bless the Emperor. Yes.
You see that he just bang blows the head off this Hormigon. Blood just falls all over Kai's. Kai's does not like where he's at right now. And you see that the captain turns around for his second shot and tries to brain the other guy. Actually, fuck it. He uses his sword.
No. Hell yeah. You did so well in your first swing. Surely.
He should have used his goddamn gun.
God.
Oh, beg your fucking pardon? He gets a +6 to this. He just hits.
Oh, unbelievable.
You see that he goes to swing his sword, and his sword is just that little bit too small. He clicks a button, and you've seen him do this multiple times before. He clicks a button, and it just extends that little bit further, and it just nicks a main artery off the Hormigon, instantly bleeding it out.
Classic captain.
Every Hormigon is now dead. You see Caius gets back on his feet. I appreciate your help, sister. Please do not speak to anyone about this foul creature dying all over me.
Will do, brother.
You see Atticus looks, lad, get on your fucking feet. Let's toss these things over. Let's make sure that nothing else is on this elevator. You see that he starts picking things up, throwing it off on the ground. But amongst the commotion, you hear the sounds of familiar gunfire around as Dragon Freg are also firing upon whatever is attacking them. But then after a moment, you hear a loud metallic crash echoing from below. You see, as you're descending, Caius is getting off the ground and he starts grabbing his head as this like pounding headache starts to kind of eat away at him. You've slain the last Tyranid and thrown them over, and the echoes completely stop once they hit the ground. You look down at your WMRS to ensure that the threat has completely been dealt with, and there are no more red dots anywhere on the device. But to your surprise, there are now only 3 blue dots.
Oh shit. Our orcs.
What do you do?
Well, I think we have to go find our orc boys.
Yep.
Yeah, first and foremost, but...
You think, I need to go find Dragon Freg. And at that moment, the elevator crashes to the bottom, and the elevator doors just creak open. What do you do?
Make sure my teammates are alright.
Yep.
Everyone picks themselves up, dusts themselves off, walk through.
Yeah, your 3-man squad starts walking through. 2 men, 1 woman.
Thank you,
Starts
sir.
walking
Thank you, sir.
through, and it is just pitch black down here. There is no light here, and you can barely even see your hand as you wave it across your face. You take a step outside the elevator, and you feel your boot just squish into a chitinous object. The bodies of the Hormigons are now a fallen, gooey mess.
Nice. Tasty.
Perception check. Do you light a torch to help you? You have a flashlight? What do you want to be using?
Yeah, I'll put my offhand away, keep my scimitar out, and yeah, lights are on.
Yeah, sweet.
Flashlight. 19.
Yeah, brilliant.
I got eyes
With a
now.
19, you flick that flashlight back on, and you find that there are just a dozen Xenos bodies all around. Definitely not enough to make up a hive, but close to about maybe 30, 40 of these bodies.
Yep.
Something seems off. You turn to Caius as he's, holding his head, but he's investigating one of the bodies. Sister, is it not odd that we saw no other life forms save for these foul creatures? Captain Atticus, surely you think it is strange that an uninhabited world would call for a Xenos threat? The Administratum's notes say the Xenos report was filed 4 days ago, but this planet has been unpopulated for over a millennia. And he turns to you. What do you say to that, sister?
I also do think it's strange. I've seen Tyranids before. They consume biomass on a global scale, and there's little to none here. Very strange.
Roll an investigation check or an insight check, either or.
Insight? 7.
Yeah, okay. So you're looking around and you kick aside one of the bodies of the Hormagaunts, and you find a weird runic symbol seemingly carved into the stone below. You follow the runes and you discover that it actually forms like some sort of like really small circle, but the runes mean nothing to you. They're otherworldly, but completely inert.
Yep.
You can make no sense of what these runes are.
Strange.
You see Caius, again, pounding headache. Something is off. Something is very off about this planet. You see, and it's just pitch black. You push through as you're investigating, being cautious of every step, and as the light from your torch breaks through the darkness, you find the edge of what looks like a door frame. What do you do?
Well, Is there anything around this doorframe?
It looks like the cavern, like the mine's walls.
Yeah, okay.
And it looks like this is built into the mine a little bit. Yeah.
Yep. I give it a little tap to just double check the structural integrity of what we're about to walk into.
You hear that tap echo throughout that mine, but nothing else.
Yeah. Good enough for me, let's go.
Seems safe enough for me.
Yeah. Let's go find it.
OSHA violation here at all.
Yeah.
No lights, no indicators. Where the fuck is the fire exit?
Last time it was inspected 2,000 years ago. Yeah, we're good. Let's go.
That sounds fine. Yeah. Is that a fire extinguisher? I was like, yeah, it's out by like 4,000 years. It's still a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, say more.
Throw it at the fire. Cast it into fire.
Yeah, let's go find our rock, boys.
Yeah, cool. You turn into this door frame, whatever it is, and you move your light source around, and there's a small panel on your left side. It's on the wall, but it has like a half broken lever on it, just on the down position. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to guess that's for the lights that were there. I'm not going to click that.
Okay.
I don't want another swarm on me.
Yeah.
Can I check the ground near us for any potential footprints or anything from our orc boys?
You look around and you don't find any footprints at all. Again, those hexapedal kind of tracks that you had, they were all over the actual where the elevator was, that mine hole, but you've pushed through that door.
Yep.
Nothing through that doorway at all.
Okay. I'm going to ask Captain what he thinks, and I'm going to suggest that we walk down this track.
Raya, I trust your better judgment in terms of Tyranids. You've dealt with them a lot more than us, but the more light we have, the better chance we have of at least seeing the threat. We can bottleneck it at some point, but visibility is better than no visibility.
Yeah, you're right, Captain.
Picture this, Raya. Visibility means that they are not invisible to us.
True. You're not wrong there, Captain. Radio. We'll try this. We'll try the switch.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, go from there.
Sweet. Do you want to pull it, or do you want the captain to pull it?
I'll pull it.
Yeah, cool. You die. No.
What the hell?
Wait. You pull the lever back into the up position and the upright position, and you hear a deep rumble of some sort of dormant machine stirring back awake. Suddenly, all the lights begin to flicker, before beaming bright, illuminating the entire mine system. The space behind you is where the elevator was. It's gigantic. Again, it's just walls that go straight up. But despite the lights being turned on, you can only see a few 100 feet, like, above, and then it turns to darkness. But ahead of you, where that lever was, there's a hallway leading to a single door. What do you do?
I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to see if there's any like higher spots in the terrain. I'm going to try to have a look out to the other elevator across the mine site. Yeah.
So all the lights are on. The floor is actually quite flat, so there's no high spots whatsoever. But you do spot the other elevator for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to recommend to the squad that we dash over there real quick before going down here and have a check out of that elevator. Yep.
The captain turns to you. While that is a very noble plan, look at your WM. There's no blue dots there. I don't know if they survive that. Mission at hand. We'll have a funeral at the end. Once this is cleared, we can take their bodies back up to the vessel. And we'll have a funeral on the ship.
Right.
Caius looks over and he's like, well, right, you know, the WM is very rarely wrong. I shall say a prayer for them later, but mission at hand.
Thank you, brother. That makes me feel more at peace, and let's continue.
Yeah. You walk in through the hallway. Are you leading, or do you want anyone else to lead?
I'm going to get that captain to lead. Psycho, what was his name again?
Atticus?
Atticus.
Yeah.
Atticus in the middle, and I'll be at the rear.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So Atticus is going to lead, Caius in the middle, and then you in the back. Cool.
Correct.
So as you guys are pushing through, you see the captain has his saber and his pistol ready. He pushes the door open, but it kind of jams, and he really gives it a big shove, and you hear the sounds of something cracking. You look in, and the captain just gasps a little. You push through, and you find the floor of this room is entirely made up of the skeletal remains of a few hundred humanoids. What do you do?
Spooky. Shine the light around.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can see?
So it's all bright, right?
Okay.
You walk into this little room, and it looks like some sort of mine base, like a cafeteria type place, really.
Yep.
You can roll investigation perception if you would like.
Yeah, investigation. 10 out of 10, roll 5.
Unlucky. Most of these skeletons are completely headless, but the skeletons that have heads seem to be wearing some sort of hooded cloak, or cloaks, plural. Scattered amongst all the bodies, there's like 24 of these cloaked skeletons. There is a pile of skulls right in the middle of this room, and as you approach it, you see that one of the skeletons, one of the cloaked ones, is still holding a very small tome. That's what you get instead of 5.
I'm going to go over and pick that tome up, have a closer look.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You pull it away from the bones, and you read the title. It says, in common, blood for the blood god. You instantly realize that you are standing in the remains of a death cult. Atticus yells, "This is worse than we could have imagined. We must return to the Viper and get off-world now." Caius responds, "With haste, brother." He screams as he falls to his knees, clutching his head. We've fallen into their trap. We must evacuate now. He grimaces and manages to stand back on his feet. What do?
I dash immediately to his side, get under an arm.
Yep.
With Eldar strength, I'm a bit stronger than a normal human. I'm borderline carrying him, and we're just making a dash towards the door.
You head back right out of the room and back towards where the elevator. You get a better view of the mine floor, and you see that right ahead of you, again, where the other elevator has crashed, it's crashed down completely violently. But there is the elevator that you guys know is still somewhat operable. What do?
Straight to the operable one.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
You get in, and as the barely functioning elevator begins whirring awake again, you start ascending, all the while Caius is just writhing in pain in your hands.
Yep.
I can't believe we were so stupid. I knew this was a foolish errand. Atticus speaks. You're right to doubt the mission, Caius. We must report this to the Administratum at once. But first, we need to return to the surface. Perception check.
22?
Ooh, 22.
Yeah.
You guys are beginning to ascend a lot more gracefully, not shaking violently. So it almost feels like the chain isn't actually moving. That's how pure this movement is.
Yeah.
You are rising up,
Yep.
but as you are rising, you look down and you see that little runic circle that you found before. It begins to start glowing red as you watch a warp gate begins just opening underneath you. Flesh hounds just begin pouring out, and you see bloodletters squirming and fighting each other to get out of this small opening. You go to instinctively grab your plasma weapon. You go over to the edge and you go to fire a shot, and Atticus just stops you. Stop! Do not give away our position. We are not in a position to fight. The cables barely hold our weight. The lights only illuminate a portion of the mine. We shall escape using the darkness. And you take a step back from the edge and finally land back on the bridge after a tense minute and a half. You're careful not to breathe too loud, just in case they hear it through the echo. As you step out of the elevator, you hear a loud bang, and you turn and you see the cables holding the elevator give out, sending the elevator plummeting down to the ground. You turn and you face Atticus, who is still holding out his plasma pistol. That should distract them long enough to buy us some time. We must hurry to the ship. As you begin to climb the ladder, Atticus begins dialing the administratum. Hello, this is Captain Atticus reporting from the planet Icarus in response to Xenos Minoris. The report you received was a trap. I repeat, the report was a trap. There's no reply. Caius is screaming at this moment. We have to keep going up. We will get better reception on the Viper. As you climb up and over the lip of the mine, you take off at a dead sprint towards the Viper. As you run, Atticus's Vox begins to beep. Attention, Captain Atticus. Please elaborate your findings. Demons! We found corn demons, and they are erupting from a warp gate. We must evacuate the planet now. Negative. We'd require proof of demonic incursion before proceeding. You are required to stay on world. You must be joking, surely. And the line drops. Android fuckers. Never mind. We are getting off this fucking planet. You run as fast as you can to the Viper and you jump inside, locking the door behind you. The unsettling silence outside begins to make your heart just pound. Tyranids, you're fine with. Demons, they're a whole different ball game. Captain Atticus powers the engines and makes another call. Attention, this is Captain. Bang! A deafening sound clangs throughout the ship, and as you look at your WMRS, you see multiple dots beginning to surround the ship. Caius is in no state to fight. Rhea, get up to the gunner now. We have to hold him back for as long as we can. I'm gonna call for backup. He shouts into the ship's radio. If there are any Marines in this sector, we require immediate evac. Roll initiative.
Oh, holy. 24.
Hell fucking yes.
Hell yeah.
24.
Straight on that gun.
So, Rhea, you jump up into the gunner and you see just it's a domed kind of structure, yes, but the gunner is pointed out of this dome structure. It is somewhat thick, bulletproof-ish glass, so it's not like, it's not plexiglass, but it's pretty strong. I'd say about a foot thick. You can still see very clearly out of it though. You see dozens of demons just beginning to surround the ship. You man the guns and you just begin firing back. Essentially the way this is going to work is you have a +5 to your attack roll. You lose the effect of bless because Caius did not bless this, but you have a +5 to this. Go ahead and start shooting at the demons.
Let it rip. 14.
14 just misses. You bang, let off a huge shot, and you see that it creates this huge divot into the actual ground, but you see that the demons just quickly maneuver out and they begin just hurling towards the ship. You see the bloodletters just have their weapons ready and they are just going to start scarring this ship, making it basically inoperable. The thrusters are firing, but they're nowhere near warm enough to lift off. They're around. They come through and they start attacking the ship. So
it's gonna tickle.
Fucking insane. That's a 5 and a 1.
Never mind.
You see that this horde starts firing away and just ripping into the ship, but they're not doing any kind of substantial damage. They haven't found any of the really delicate parts of the Viper ship just yet. You see over the Vox Captain Atticus is just yelling, help, help, we need help. Caius is, again, the demons are getting a bit too close. This demonic influence is just a bit too close to him right now. The last thing you want is a Psyker turning inside this vessel.
Yep.
Round 2, let's go.
Do I have enough movement to jump down and knock the Psyker out? Just like a blunt back to the head.
You can do that, you just won't be able to fire your weapon. Your best course of action is start clearing this threat.
Yeah, I'm going to start lighting them up.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll again.
That's 6.
Unlucky. Do you have 2 attack actions?
Oh, I do.
Fucking do it again.
Please.
I'll say that's cocked. You can roll it again.
20.
Yeah, brilliant. Go. You
Dirty
hit
20.
with a 20. That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll 4d6 plus 4.
No, I have to do math. This is disgusting. Plus 4? 24.
Whoa, okay.
Holy.
24 points of damage. You just start ripping. Your first shot, again, you're kind of getting the hang of this. This is not your type of weapon. You're more precise. You go in, pincer attacks. That's what you're about. Quick, fast, evasive maneuvers. A big fuck off gun is not your forte, but you finally get the hang of it. You let rip another shot, and you see this huge round just plant into one of the bloodletters. Basically, it catches it in its mouth and it just explodes, sending 24 points of damage around it as well.
Damn.
Back to their turn though. They're gonna take some attacks at the ship. Better this time. You see that they're starting to crack some of the glass around. You see that, again, they haven't started climbing just yet. The bloodhounds are still on the ground scratching, but you see that they're starting to wear away at like the landing gear right now.
Yep.
The thrusters are still going, so they're definitely avoiding the fire, but they're going to the front of the ship, starting to kind of break up as many panels as they possibly can. What are you doing? Round 3.
I'm definitely going to aim at the enemies closest to the engines.
Yep.
We don't need landing gears to take off. That's fine. And yeah, I'm gonna take 2 shots at the nearest.
Yeah, cool. So
ones
plus
to
5 to these.
Yep. First one hits. Second one misses with a 9.
Yeah, 9 misses. Yeah.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll that damage again.
And was it
Plus 4.
plus 4? Yeah. 19 damage.
19 damage.
Yeah.
Cool. Brilliant. So again, your second shot just doesn't work, but your first shot, bang, you fire another shot closest to the engines. You see a huge explosion of blood from the bloodletters.
Yeah.
You see this explosion of just gooey mush all around. You are just starting to pop, start braining as many of them as you can. More are on their way. You look over the horizon and you see the metallic wasteland around you. You see hordes start moving closer. Hordes, good lord.
Captain, we need to.
You see the captain is just fucking fuming. He has basically got the last little bit of the engine running, and he goes, one more. We just need a few more seconds and we can get off this fucking planet. As this is happening though, the demons go.
No, they won't. Please.
One of them misses, but
My
with a
God.
natural 17 on the die, you see they just rip a huge chunk of the panel off the front of the ship, and you hear zzzz, the ship starts powering down.
No.
Captain Atticus is just furious. No fucking way. Round 4 comes through. You hear a voice over the Vox. Attention, Captain Atticus. We have confirmation of the demonic incursion via your ship's camera. Inquisitor Julian of the Order Malleus has decided that the planet is now under Order Exterminatus. Your service is noted. May the Omnissiah protect. The transmission cuts out.
Motherfucker.
Are you out of your fucking mind? We're still on the planet.
Yeah.
We need assistance for an immediate evac. No response. It's your turn.
Oh, holy.
You either get off now, or you're gonna get nuked.
Yeah. There's no, like, escape pods or anything. There's nothing on this ship.
There are escape pods, but they only fire 20 feet up into the air.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, hell no. Oh, I can't see anything in the distance. Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, I'm getting off this gun. I don't like this at all.
Okay.
And I'm walking down to the opening, or like the cargo bay of the ship where it opens up.
Yeah. You see Caius right next to you,
Yeah.
just basically begging you, please, sister, do not open that door. I'm barely holding on as is. Just last a little bit longer. The engines will reboot. What do you do?
Well, if you have faith the engines will start, they will start. I run back up onto the gun and Yeah, 2 more shots into the bastards.
Yeah, cool. Before you take your shots, as you climb back up, out of nowhere, you see a drop pod just smash into the ground about 15 feet ahead of you, crushing a few of the bloodletters. But in the process, the pod doors become jammed. You can attempt, with your shots, to shoot at the doors, but you risk hurting the individuals inside. Your only other option is to run out manually and override the doors. Kai's definitely can't go outside due to the risk of corruption, and Atticus is desperately trying to get this whole engine restarted. You do realize there is a an escape pod that you can use to get out of the ship if you wanted to. Because if you open the hatch door, they're running it.
Yeah.
What do? Do you shoot the doors, or do you run outside?
Can I hop in one of those escape pods and launch into the air? And
Absolutely.
yeah, let's do that. Hell
Cool.
yeah, dude.
You
Hell
hop
yeah.
down from the gunner space and you run towards the ejector pod. You squeeze yourself quickly inside, and Kai is just on his feet, climbs up, locks the pod, and there's an ejector button inside the pod. But before you press it, Kai speaks over the Vox. It has been the greatest honor to serve the Imperium beside you, sister. May the Emperor protect.
And you too, brother. Let's hit it.
You jam that
Nice.
button, you shoot 20 feet into the air, and as you go into the air, you can see just a little bit around you. It seems like there aren't many more demons coming. The warp gate must have finished, but they're all surrounding right here. Before long, that same round, you crash back down into the earth, smashing a flesh hound, just blood everywhere. You pop the door open, and you begin to run outside, but this time, the drop pod is 45 feet away from you.
Holy.
You can get there in 2 turns and still, attack demons on your way there, or you can dash in 1 turn, but they get advantage on attacks against you. What do you do?
Well, I'm not heavily armored because I'm agile.
Yeah. How much movement speed do you have?
I have 35.
So a dash will get you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have. Give me 1 second. So with my second wind, I have a tactical shift with that. When I activate it, with my bonus action, I get half of my movement speed without promoting opportunity attacks. So can I run my max distance, hit that, and make it?
Yeah. So essentially what I'll do
Is that bonus?
So your action was to drop through the ejector pod.
Yep.
Your bonus action will be this action, essentially, running this swift maneuver. But your movement, you can still get there with 35 feet. There's still 15 feet of movement that you need. So this bonus action will mean that you don't get opportunity attacks, but there's still 15 extra feet that you need to go. So you can either dash and take the attacks, or you can go over 2 rounds.
Is my plasma pistol enough to unjam that door from the range I'm at if I run that 35?
Probably not. You're going to need to be dexterous.
Okay. Yeah, let's dash. I'm getting to those doors.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
So I'm going to say that there are 4 attacks coming your way. So
Lightweight.
what is your AC again?
My AC is 17.
Okay, 1 of them hits you, and then second round of attacks, 3 of them hit you.
I got HP. We're fine, dude.
You take 6 points of damage from the first one. You take 6 points of damage from the second one, and as the third one comes around, you take 6 points of damage.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. We're cool.
It's so weird. I rolled a 5 and a 1, a 5 and a 1, and then a 2 and a 4.
Loaded dice, I see. Yes.
Oh, it was a 5 and a 1, dude. It could have been a 5 and a 5. So as this happens, you are just running, sprinting. You've gotten to the door. As a free action, you get to the door, sorry. As a free action, the manual override button is just an object interaction. So you smash that button down, the pod doors slam down. You get out of the way really quickly using that evasive maneuver again, but the smashing of the doors kicks up just a huge plume of dust and smoke. You cover your eyes and you hear the sounds of heavy bolters just boom, 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 gunning down demons. The whirring of chainswords and the all-consuming fire of an assault flamer. Once the smoke clears, you hear silence, but you can hear the breathing. And as you move your hands away, you see the battle-worn green power armor
Hell yeah.
of salamanders.
My boys.
We heard your call for help, sister. We must get off-world immediately, as this planet has been prepared for exterminatus. He offers you a hand up. My name is Brother Vacona. We appreciate your assistance with the drop pod. Let us get to your ship before... He cuts himself off, and you see all 3 of the salamanders whip around towards a huge pile of metallic waste, and you see the silhouette of of two very familiar orcs
my
begin to climb over. Vercorna shouts, Xenos, proceed the extermination, brothers.
Stop!
Yeah, I yell stop. Yeah, hold.
He turns to you, hold your fire.
They're friendly, they're us.
He turns to you. These are your friends?
Absolutely.
Dreg and
Holy,
Freg stumble their way
boys.
to you, and they just wrap themselves up in a warm embrace.
Yeah.
Captain Atticus and Caius run out to meet you. Atticus exclaims, Angels, we are forever grateful for your help. We asked for a miracle, and the Emperor provides. Caius is still like holding his head. Yes, we are forever in your debt, but... Dreg, Freg, how the bloody hell did you escape that horde? At that comment, make an insight check.
12.
12?
Yeah.
You look down as that comment is made. You look down at your WMRS and you see the salamanders show up as 3 large green dots, but to your surprise, there are only 3 blue dots. And that is where we'll end the session.
Holy. How good is that? Oh my god.
Good lord. How'd you feel?
That's awesome. Yeah, that's sick. That's super dope. Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought like for sure, like we'll chat about this in the episode for sure.
Yeah.
But I knew for a fact that you are a big salamander boy.
Yeah, dude.
As am I.
That's sick.
So I thought like having them drop in at the very last moment would be great.
Yeah.
But is Dragon Freg still Dragon Freg?
True.
Sweet.
Sick.
What did you think of the session?
Super good. I was super not ready for like chaos to be there.
Yeah.
I thought those like signs would be like the Mechanicus. And, like I'm not a part of that, so I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. They start glowing. Oh hell no!
Fuck.
Panic.
God. How do I skip cutscenes?
Don't.
I need to run now. Yeah.
Nah, super sick, dude.
Sweet.
Yeah, love it.
Is there anything that you would like to plug? I'll obviously have like your Instagram in the comment in the show notes. But is there anything that you'd like to plug?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty chill. Yeah.
Pretty chill.
Yeah.
And that is where we'll end this episode. If you like what you heard, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a comment and rate the show. The best way to enjoy D&D is with friends, so share this show with them. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you in the next episode.